Welcome to Conversations Closing. I'm your host, Jake Schoemann. It's real conversations with real people in the real estate industry. Cue the music. It's time for the best three letters in this industry, CTC. Today, I am here with Mr. Tony Wendorf, or Dr. Tony Wendorf.
Depends where you see me.
Oh, that's true. It's true. It depends. I'm not on a couch, so I'm sorry. But Tony's been a good friend of mine for a long period of time. He's an incredibly successful real estate agent. He's based out of Keller Williams in Lake Country. I'll let him kind of introduce himself, but I appreciate you being here, man.
What do you want to know, Jake?
Tell me it all. Get it all to me. But go for it, man. Give your elevator speech.
Yeah, so I've been in real estate for about 8.5 years. Went to school, got my master's, my PhD as a psychologist. Went into clinical for a little while. Did some forensic psychology. I'm now a partner in a firm as an industrial organizational or business psychologist, but run a top sales team out of Keller Williams Lake Country. Just moved over there a few months ago for growth purposes, little added infrastructure and support for high-performing teams.
Perfect introduction. Thank you.
I do it.
So this is, just so you know, man, this is laid back. Like, I just want to have conversations with people, but less about maybe your real estate journey and how you do sales, more about just kind of who you are. Because I think there's a misconception always about who people are in our industry. And then not only that, the conversations that you have with people is what gets you to, close deals in a lot of ways. It's people buying people. So first and foremost, obviously you were talking about your degree in psychology. That's got to translate so well to the real estate world, because how many times do I hear it where agents are like, I basically walking people through the most stressful part of their life. So I would imagine what that has to do and translates perfectly for why you're successful at what you do in the real estate side.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to build trust, right?
Yeah.
With people, and that's kind of that psychology 101. But the ability to connect with people, and then ultimately really to sell yourself to people and value and what you stand for, that's critical when you're meeting with somebody, in the psychology world. But then when I switched over, I'm not sure that I understood just how well that was going to translate, but it definitely has served very, very well.
Yeah, and not only on like your client side, but obviously on people that you work with, right? Like other real estate agents. But what is something maybe like top producers? You're one of them. You're up there. What is a misconception out there about top producers?
Oh man,
Probably a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like which one to choose. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, they hear that it's all about them, right? Like, it's your name on the brand. It's, you're just in it to make money. You just want to make money off of your teammates. You want to do all these other things, when the way that we have structured our team is drastically different than anyone else in the industry. And so for me, it literally has always been about serving our teammates to grow their career, to change the trajectory of their families' lives. And I think if you talk with anyone on our team, anyone would tell you in a heartbeat, just how much their business is my business. And I care about it that same way.
Yeah, so that leads me to the next thing, and I want to read this correctly because I wrote it down and I think it's important. What does intentional generosity look like when nobody is watching? And the reason I ask that question is because I've heard from other people, not you, stories of you being incredibly generous to them, to help them through a tough time or to help them grow and get to a level. What is it? Why do you do that? What is it about you that kind of forces you, or you feel like you have? I don't know. What is it? Like,
that's called Catholic guilt. No, it's not really. Okay, I thought I was supposed to create some jokes.
No, it's good. All right,
I was supposed to have jokes.
No, it's good.
That's all I got, really.
Catholic guilt is perfect.
Honestly, though, intentional generosity. I read a book years ago called Connected for Good by John Stanley. I go to church with him, St. Anthony on the Lake, and it really kind of hit home. And ultimately, all the resources, everything we have it's a grace. It's a gift. My belief, and not everyone is going to see it the way I do, but it's my generosity that I'm intentional with. See, so I get to choose that.
Yeah.
Is that everything is a gift from God. And the only thing that we can do with that gift is to give it the way that we were giving. Because I didn't do anything to earn this gift that I've been given in this career. I work hard, very hard, but that's a gift, right? There's a lot of people that work really, really hard. So for me, I think that the most important part is if you can give, no one's ever died from being overly generous. And I truly, genuinely believe that.
So challenge accepted for you. See if you can make that.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna be so generous.
You know, it's one of those. I remember early in my life, you know, we went through some tough times, and I took an unpaid residency and lived off a teacher's salary with a mortgage and all the other things, and we received help. And I just remember, like, I can tangibly, like, feel it, how I felt in that moment when I received that help. And I truly believe I get more out of giving and helping people than they're getting in that. It does a great deal, and it motivates me to continue to work hard to be able to give generously.
Yeah, I mean, you've given me help by, you know, referring clients our way, and I don't think you even understand how massive that and what that means to not only me, but obviously my team. So
are we going to talk about your resilience on the golf course because of the help I've given?
We can transition to that. So I call Tony my Earl Woods because if anybody is a golfer has heard these stories, like Tiger's dad would do the most mentally challenging exercises in order to make him better and improve his golf game. And Tony, because he is a doctor of psychology and he knows,
And I'm in real estate.
and you're in real estate,
And
and
I
you know
own
how to
real
read, and you know how
I
to
own
read.
the real estate.
You do.
Right, something like that. It's all out of love, and I've
Yes.
loved watching you get better. And you have.
I appreciate that, but you've done a really good job of understanding what trips my triggers. So you've pushed me to try to make me better, not only at golf, but obviously even
Isn't
in the
that
lending
what friends
space.
do?
Sure, yeah, yeah. But that is what you're joking about, and I think it's funny. But I appreciate it. I have worked really hard at getting better at golf, and it's
And you
something that
are.
I'm passionate about. And you and I have basically met on the golf course in a way. And you're very passionate about connecting with people, both everywhere. So when you're younger, your dad told me this. When you're younger, you used to try to be the connector of people. And you're still that way today. So much so that when you were younger, you would call about 50 different people at one time. And what is amazing about this story is you memorize or know, I don't know how you did it, but you know everybody's phone number, or you knew everybody's phone number. You just dialed everybody and called
You
them
want
and
to hear
said, hey, we're getting
for
together.
football games?
I love it. Tell it. Tell the story.
I still know my good friends. I could tell you still to this day, people, my best friend, Matt.
Mhm.
That was his number growing up. You can verify and check that later. And
Yeah.
we can go on and on. I had he was another Matt. The third Matt actually was You think I'm kidding.
Do you have an eidetic memory? Or how does that work?
You know, it's not really. Ask my wife. She'd tell you.
Yeah.
It's not.
You don't remember
But
anything, according
that
to
said, I don't know. That was, again, it just must have been a gift. But yeah, I always wanted to be the one to bring people together, and we had a good time.
Yeah, but okay, you're a connector and you remember everything. So that's what we've established already.
Yeah, right.
Which is always great to have a friend who remembers everything. So when we have
keep receipts.
Yes, exactly. When you have a conversation with somebody. No, I remember the conversation went exactly like this. So I appreciate that. But your dad has a lot of good stories about you. That, for whatever reason, stood out to me. So that tells me that you are in your business, you're the same way. You're very intentional with all of your actions. And you do this even outside of your business. But can you explain kind of why you're intentional with action? What does that mean to you?
Well, it's funny because none of this is from me. I've been blessed with some tremendous mentors in our industry that have just laid the path. The only thing I did was try to be teachable and just do what they have told me to do in terms of how to stay in touch with people, from client parties to different touch points throughout the course of the year. And ultimately, I truly believe everyone wants to buy something. No one wants to be sold anything. So, if you can be in front of people and they like you They know what I do. I don't have to ask necessarily for business or referrals.
Yeah.
They want to use you, and that's really the goal of anything that we do is to have people want to be around you or with you.
Yeah, people buy people, right? And I think I'm a big believer in that. I think people got to like you first to use you, and then they trust you to continue to work with you, right?
Or with their friends and
Yeah,
family.
yeah, for sure. So, with that being said, you're a big Wendorf Wednesday is what I think of when I think of Tony lately. Massive sponsor with ESPN Milwaukee and trying to do more within Milwaukee, it seems like. Before real estate, what did Tony Wendorf look like? You alluded to it before, but maybe the Wendorf family in general. And I've only known you since you've been in real estate. Literally, like the first week you got in, we met, thanks to the connection that Danny Austin Rock made. But what did you look like before that? What was your mindset before real estate? Did you even envision what you would create today?
Not even close.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on my radar to do something like this. I mean, I went to school for what I went to school to do, and I assumed that I was going to be a psychologist my whole life, and live, work hard, live a noble life, be a good father, and I do that. It's just it's in a different way, and now I would have never in a million years thought that I'd be where I am today.
All right, so let's rewind even more. What pulled you into psychology?
I was too stupid to major in anything else in school. I mean, kind of. That actually is not terribly far from the truth. I cared about girls and sports in high school. So when you care about only two things and not academics, my grades weren't great.
You sound like a good red-blooded American.
I mean, kind of. That's fine, but I didn't. I certainly didn't give my my greatest effort to my academics, and so that limits the amount of schools you can go to. When you go to school, there's certain things that I was passionate about, not passionate about. I always did know, though. I was always that person that people came to and talked to. So I always and they trusted me very early on. I don't know why or what. Maybe it was the connector thing. Maybe it wasn't, but I thought that would be something to maybe look at. I took a few different psych classes, and I actually really, for the first time academically, inspired me, I guess you could say. I was human behavior and learning about that was really, really neat and something that I love. I still do.
Yeah, in college, I actually took some psychology work too. You and I talked about that in the past. I found it interesting because I found it relatable to myself. Did you feel that way too? Like you could kind of tap into like who you were and why you were the way you were?
I mean, a little bit. I think as you learn more about like emotional intelligence and, eons ago, years and years and years ago when I was in college, emotional intelligence wasn't as big of a buzzword as it has become in the last, 10, 15, 20 years. So, but learning more about yourself, that self-awareness, social awareness, presence, was always interesting.
How valuable is that in the real estate world, having a good social intelligence?
Number one thing.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, why? Can you expand
So
upon
there's two things in real estate: emotional intelligence and resilience. I've thought about this probably far longer than I should have over the years, and self-awareness. So emotional. I could nerd out here. I'm not going to.
No, I think it's fun.
Emotional intelligence
I
has four quadrants to it.
Okay.
Right. You have your self-awareness, your self-control, your social awareness, and your social presence. And a well-defined emotional intelligence comes from a balance in each. You know me probably better than most. I have one of those four that is less defined. I think that's called self-control.
Oh, that doesn't
you wouldn't have guessed
sound right.
that. You wouldn't have guessed that. That's
No.
why I had to give it to you. I didn't want to. But emotional intelligence.
You're self-aware, though, of your
hands
self-control.
I am very self-aware of the lack of self-control. Right. But emotional intelligence, as you're interacting with other people, is huge. And then resilience, the ability to bounce back from disappointment. If you don't have thick skin, real estate world will absolutely eat you alive.
Yeah, for sure. I think for you and for me, that came from playing baseball. Like failure is a part of life in baseball. That's what I believe. Right. Yeah. Like if you fail, like that's a part of it. And I think in real estate, if you fail, it doesn't mean you can't be angry or upset or disappointed. It's just you got to learn and move on and do the next thing, right?
I think it's the hardest part to teach new agents is to fail fast, right? Fail fast, fail forward, learn. So many people want to avoid it, but I do think that to fail forward and to learn from those, I think is tremendously important.
Yeah. What shaped who you are? Who helped shape who you are? Like, do you have a influential person that kind of defined what you would become?
I mean, the easy answer is always your parents, right? Because they're always around you, but they put me in spots and with people to learn from. So, all the way to my best friend's dad, who was my confirmation sponsor, and you get around enough good people, and I talk about that. Your circle around you there, it naturally kind of shapes who you are.
Yeah, without question. I think that's 100% true. Who you surround yourself with is who you become, or the bar or standard that
Without
you
a
set
doubt.
for yourself. But if you don't want to be higher, be around people that aren't higher, right? I think you and I have talked about that a million times, but it's an interesting dichotomy. So what does a great day look like for you?
I mean, are you talking work or?
I think we can talk about anything. What did you
Well,
think?
like
Work, you think work's a great day? Maybe it is.
So
To me,
it's
I love
funny.
working,
So it's funny.
but I also love
So like
golf for me.
real estate for me, actually, it doesn't often. There are times of course, you work. It doesn't feel like work. So we'll go on vacation, right? And I get made fun of relentlessly because I'm on phone calls or doing like I love that stuff. The chase, that's addicting to me. Like that to me, it doesn't feel like work. So that's kind of hard to say. I would say, I mean, if I could, if money is of no object, I'm probably going to sleep in a little bit. I'm normally an early riser. I'm up at 4:30. And so
you
I
text me at 5.
Right. Who on this earth
Who
texts
would
at this
text
hour?
somebody this
I
early in the
wait
morning?
till like 6:30 though.
That's fair.
I usually don't text before 6. But I would sleep in a little bit. It would probably be a nice slow start to the day. There's definitely golf involved. Probably some good food.
Shocker.
Lots of really good wine and friends. That really is what probably would be a great day. I mean, getting up actually and probably attending a 30-minute daily mass is probably a really good part in there. I am always grounded when I start my day that way and can ease my way into the day where it's not just one thing after the other, where I can just take it at a pace, have stuff that I'm going to look forward to that I really enjoy doing: golf, wine, friends, all things that are important.
What's something that drives you absolutely nuts? I know things that drive you nuts, but tell me something that would drive you nuts.
Professionally, personally?
Yeah, all of it.
I have a really, really, really hard time with people who lack social awareness. Going to Disney is a nightmare for me.
Oh,
I hate going to Summerfest. I like concerts.
you love people but hate being around people all at the same time.
Yes. No, I don't. That's not true. I enjoy people. I'm energized. I'm extroverted by nature. They energize me. I just get pulled down by stupid people. Right? Like I don't like being around people that don't have awareness.
Maybe give me something your family would tell me that describes you. Your kids. Let's start with your kids. Your kids. What would they say?
Well, it
that
depends what kid
describes
you talk
Dad?
to.
That's fair. All right. So let's go over what kind of. You have 3 kids.
Yeah, we have 3 kids. My
14.
oldest is a daughter. She'll be 15 this fall.
15. Okay.
She would say I'm a softie. She would say that she can get anything she wants. She's correct. That tends to be accurate. I have my middle child is also a girl. Is 1,000 times smarter than I am.
The most competitive.
Most
person I've
competitive,
ever met.
disciplined human being.
And she's 12.
She'll be 14.
She's
So,
gonna be
yeah,
14.
she's 13 now, but yeah, she's coming up on 14. Is wickedly disciplined, teaching herself Italian. Up at 5 in the morning to make her bed and her lunch and the kids don't do that. At
No.
that age. I want her to get in trouble, right? So like, I actually push her to do like bad things. I mean, it's just, and then my son would probably say that I'm definitely hardest on him,
Sure.
and that's true.
What would your wife and how would she define you?
Oh boy. I think that the first thing that comes to mind is work because she sees it all the time. But she also knows why I do it. I think, a misperception of me from others is that I work just for money. Money is a result of the work, but it goes back to that fifth core value and pillar of intentional generosity. You have to make money to be able to help. And I've been blessed with gifts to be able to do that.
What is something maybe that most people don't see when they think of Tony Wendorf? What is the number one misconception? You just kind of mentioned it, so let's go right there.
Biggest misconception is something about me that people don't know.
Maybe something that people don't know, or what do you care about that most people don't?
Yeah, I absolutely love flowers and color. If you're connected on Facebook, people know, or on social media, they know that I love flowers. I invest a ton in my yard. It makes me happy. It brings me joy. I also am a really, really big sunrise and sunset person. Not many people, you may not
I
even
didn't know
that.
the sunrise sunset.
Yeah.
I knew the flower thing. I've thought about sending you bouquets.
Those things make me happy.
Maybe I should do that.
The sunrise and sunset, though, if I can capture a really killer picture, or when somebody, would put something up, that brings me joy. I enjoy sunrises, sunsets, and flowers.
Why?
I'm a sensitive soldier, Jake, on the inside.
No, there's more to
No,
that.
no. Truly, I've never known. It's just been something that I think just legitimately brings me joy.
Is it a spiritual thing?
No.
So it just is the beauty of...
It's the beauty.
Oh.
I mean, I do believe that it's divine. Flowers and, the sunrise and sunset, everything in the world. I do believe that there's a divine nature to it, but I don't know that it's necessarily why I enjoy it.
Interesting. So you developed like a really high producing team. And I don't want to get into the nooks and crannies of real estate, right? This is about people and conversations. But how do you avoid from everything being all about production and numbers and make it more about those core beliefs that you talked about?
I'm still working on that. I think that's it's a constant balance when you're leading a team of being results driven and connecting it to their individual whys. And that's always a really, really tough. I mean, harder than you might think, because everyone's motivated by something differently, right? I think the type of people that we bring on our team, I think do fit that mold. And so I think it probably starts there was in the selection process of who are we bringing on, who are we surrounding and putting in our circle. They're either going to raise us up or they're going to pull us down.
You're an interesting case. So like you will tell something in your brain or put something in your brain. The only one I can correlate this to that people would know is like Michael Jordan, right? He will tell himself that somebody said something negative about him in order to fight through it and persevere and win. So where does that come from? Like, that's how you think all the time. And it is crazy to me because I'm totally wired different, but I totally understand where you're coming from. I just want to know why you think that way all the time. And does that get exhausting? Because it's got to be crazy. You're always on the fight to win.
Yeah, I'm pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny part is it's not even it really truly isn't with other people. Like, it can appear that way. We have aspirations as a team. We want to raise to be the best in the state of Wisconsin. But it's not against the other teams that we're competing. We're competing with ourselves. I could probably go way back and psychologize myself and say, early, because I didn't really care about school, I could think of some teachers. I could think of instances at home and other areas where, they talk about, hard work and, you just, why are you leaving work early? Why didn't you pick up that shift? Why didn't you do this, that, or the other? For me, that always stuck with me, that I never wanted to be that person. I always felt like I had something to prove.
Yeah. And I just feel like you're that way every day. Like you have to prove something. Am I wrong in saying that? Or is that something you tell yourself?
To myself.
Yeah, yeah,
I have
yeah.
to prove to myself.
Which then, I mean, I'm a close friend of yours, I would say. I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But you say it to me all the time because I think you're trying to instill it into yourself every day.
Maybe.
It's crazy.
I mean, whatever we're doing is working.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
And you know, I do think that there's constantly a push to continue to get better. I heard a quote years ago that has always talked about. It says the only statistic that matters is has it been done before, and
Oh.
so that always kind of sticks with me. Is I'm not always wanting to chase the bar. I want to be the bar, and it's not out of arrogance. It's not out of anything other than just wanting to continue to be the best. Does it get exhausting? It does.
Yeah.
I don't always. I wish I knew how to stop. I would have by now.
Yeah. Like I used to be a lot more like that, I think, and I got exhausted. So I pulled back for sure. And you know that. I've talked to you about this. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I don't get anxiety from not producing or not doing enough or being the best. I still get that. And you're really good at it. I envy your drive and consistency. It is crazy. So kudos to you. Are you ready for some rapid fire questions? Yeah, these are so hot. I want to hear your takes on all this stuff. All right. I know some of this already, but I think it would be good for others to know. So first of all, what's the best lake country flex? Is it the lake life, the supper clubs, golf, or just kind of the small town feel?
Oh, like where or what?
I think just what? Which one's the best flex?
I think lake living is pretty nice.
Yeah, lake country's amazing.
Yeah, lake country is a pretty great area where we're living in.
It's probably why we chose to live there.
Yeah.
So if anybody else is looking, we'll
I
help.
know someone and a lender.
Thank you. Old fashioned, sweet or sour?
Sweet.
I knew that.
Actually, press.
Yeah. Best Wisconsin supper club category: steak, fish fry, or prime rib.
Fish fry.
Oh, all right. Heartland, Delafield, Pewaukee, or Economwalk?
Delafield downtown, hands down.
Love it. Open house cookies, classic move or overrated?
Oh, you know, I think it's making a comeback. I think it's more old school, but I think that there's something about elevating an experience that we've continued to try to do, and I think there's a little something to that.
White glove service with red carpet.
Red carpet experience, white glove, yeah.
All right. Phone calls are better than text messages.
100%.
Okay, why?
Every single time.
Let's dive into that.
Talk to my team. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. You can't. There are certain things I do. I text as much as the next person, but anything of any critical importance is 100% phone call every time.
Love that. Handwritten notes, powerful or outdated?
Extremely powerful, and I think of that when I receive one, and remember how that feels.
Most overrated real estate agent flex. You might offend people here.
I usually don't offend people.
No, you never.
Ever.
You don't know.
I will be honest. While I see and it's stuff that I don't give a lot of attention to.
Sure. I
really honestly don't know that question.
I think the beauty of
You
our.
even gave me that question.
I know. I think the beauty of real estate is the diversity of it.
Yeah, I really truly don't know the worst flex.
Okay.
I don't pay that close of attention, I guess.
Dogs don't bark at parked cars. I was told that one time.
Yeah, I've said right. Eagles don't fly with pigeons either.
All right. Next, work-life balance. Is it a real thing or a marketing phrase?
It's 100% a marketing phase. There's no such thing. I will tell you in my other world, as a business psychologist, that's check one in the box against you if you're making a job switch for work-life balance. I believe that it is an important thing to have, but what people are really saying in there is that they want life. They want to do things. No one is saying I got to work more. I really need more work. No, they're saying that they want more fun time. Work-life balance doesn't exist.
You and I are on the same page in that. I always believe that your work is your life and your life is your work, or your life provides for your work and your work provides for your life.
Yeah. Have you ever met anyone that when they say they want work-life balance, they mean that God, I really want to work more? No.
It's never that way around.
No. They don't. It should exist. You should do things for yourself. I do stuff for myself every week. But that's that. I mean, there is a balance that you should strive for, and maybe it does exist. But typically, when people say it, I think it's more of a slogan, kind of a.
Do people even know what they're saying when they're saying it?
Right.
What's your most irrational pet peeve?
I realized I'm a dad in my mid 40s right now, and it drives me absolutely nuts. I walk around the house turning lights off all day. It drives my wife more nuts than it does my kids. But
Oh, that's funny. One thing you wish every adult learned at 25 years old.
money.
You wish they
Knew about money
Knew about money?
and learn the value of a dollar, about investing, about what exactly it is. I think we're doing better now with financial literacy, but I don't know that we, I don't know that we teach that very well. I wasn't taught growing up.
What's an unpopular opinion that you have?
I don't like seafood.
That's unpopular.
I think so. I think a lot of people really like it. I'm not a big lobster or shrimp.
Oh, you don't like
I
seafood?
don't like it.
I didn't know that.
No, it's unpopular, right?
But you said
I think
fish
a lot of
fry
people-
earlier.
Well, it's not. I guess not all. I do enjoy. I like anything fried, almost. Not oysters and lobster and crab,
Interesting.
shrimp. That's not my thing. That's an unpopular opinion.
That
right?
is an unpopular. I think people would be all about like king crab legs and oysters and lobster tail and all that, but you're not.
I'm not.
You're a steak guy though.
I am.
Big steak guy.
Yeah, I like steak.
Big steak guy. All right. If I could ban one thing from real estate, it would be.
Commission cutting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that agents are cheap. I think they devalue themselves when they cut their commission. And the only reason you do it is when either you don't know how to articulate your value or you don't have value. I think that it's probably a 50-50 thing in our industry. I think they devalue what we do when they do it. And they devalue themselves. And ultimately, it's the seller or the buyer's first opportunity to watch how they negotiate.
Right.
They can't negotiate for themselves, and then what are they going to do with the other money? I think that way too many people cheapen themselves by cutting commission.
I mean, there's statistics behind that I've found, but there's also, I'm a firm believer that a real estate agent will make a seller more than what they cost by representing them properly.
And
a
the
buyer will
Realtors
say them.
Association supports that, as does NAR, as they put out stats.
Yeah. They might be biased stats, but I agree with them because I've seen it firsthand because I have the privilege of working with a lot of different real estate agents in this industry, and I can tell you one that's worth it and one that potentially is not worth it. Yep. But yeah, that's a good hot take and an opinion. All right. What's something you are proud of that nobody sees?
Probably some of the generosity.
Yeah, I think that's so underrated. You do a lot.
Yeah,
for people.
There's
and
public-facing generosity that our team does, but there's a lot of stuff privately that isn't discussed of people that need help that we've been able to help and support. And I'm really proud of that, and it makes me proud to be able to help.
What I have two more questions for you, and I usually finish them just the same way. So first and foremost, what's one habit that completely changed your life?
Time blocking.
I have a weird feeling that you're trying to preach and teach this to people.
I mean, maybe.
And it doesn't.
No, but seriously, in running two companies, and I'm and being at all my kids' stuff, I don't miss their stuff, and doing things as a family with our wife and with my wife, and all the other things that we do. The only way that we can do that is through that discipline, and that starts with understanding that, like right now, I have a million things going on.
Yeah.
But this is the only place that I have to be right now. My phone is down on the ground. It's face down. It doesn't matter because this is where I am. And then when I'm at my next place, that's where I am. And I can be fully present wherever I am. But I'm very, very disciplined.
Yeah, I love that. Good for you, man. All right, last but not least, who should we have on the pod next?
Oh. Jeff Lean. Hands down. I mean, Jeff Lean.
The lean team.
I mean, Jeff, if you're looking at this right now, you're a bit of a dinosaur, but I love you, and I think you probably have a few little bit of wisdom you could offer. He'd have more jokes than I would.
He would.
He's
And
way more funny than I
yeah,
am.
he would
I
have a
love
lot of
him.
jokes.
He's an absolute icon.
Yeah, he is absolutely. That's a great recommendation. I'll have to reach out to him. Maybe he'll put the good word in for us as well. But
You have to shoot it from Potawatomi.
that'd be awesome. Thanks, man, for doing this. I appreciate it.
This is my honor. You're a great friend. You're doing awesome things. I always enjoy watching the podcast.
Thanks, man. That's CTC. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.